Alright, welcome back guys, or welcome to your first time here. I'm Vision here with Boy Entertainment, bringing you guys another video. Today I'm talking about some big news we got today regarding Marvel and Disney and the upcoming Black Widow movie. Now, if Marvel is something you're interested in, don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below and hit that bell icon. That would miss any more Marvel news from me moving forward. Now let's begin. So like I said, we got some huge news regarding Disney and Marvel and Black Widow. Now, earlier today, apparently, Disney held a convention or call-in meeting regarding, I think it was like their third quarter. I think it was concerning like the money or whatever that they've made so far this year and will make this year. And as we all know, due to the current pandemic, just about everywhere, including Disney, is losing out of money, especially them since they got all their huge theme parks and everything that have been closed for the majority of this year. So they're losing a ton of money. Now, I'm assuming right now that they were talking in regards to a lot of what is going on and moving forward with their company and release. Now, one thing we did learn from this call-in that I've heard is that as of right now, Mulan is no longer going to be released in theaters, and it will be released on video on demand on Disney Plus on September 4th. Now, Mulan was a huge thing for Disney, and they've been taking a big hit for that. That was probably going to be one of Disney's biggest moves of the year, probably alongside Black Widow, given how big Mulan is and everything in China. They probably lost a huge chunk of money with that. But from what I understand, they're gonna be releasing that on September 3rd, and it'll cost $30 on demand. I think it's some kind of like new Disney All Access or something that's going on with Disney Plus. I don't totally know what's going on there, but that's from what I've heard. But this is very interesting because a lot what else has been said is, depending on whether or not Mulan works, Black Widow might forfeit a theatrical release as well as Mulan and just be put on to video on demand on Disney Plus. Now, this is huge news, especially in regards to both these movies, but more Black Widow because that's more of what I care about, honestly. Because think about it, Marvel pulls in probably some of the biggest numbers for Disney with their movies. Mulan was huge, like I said. It was probably going to be one of the, if not biggest movies for Disney of the year. And they're taking a huge hit. This pandemic is going to be taking a while. Mulan was supposed to come out, I think, either August or September, somewhere around there. And as of right now, Black Widow is scheduled to come out on November 6th of 2020. Now, we do know everything's going crazy right now with the virus. Cases have been spiking up all across the country again. And as of right now, from what I've understand, movie theaters might not even open until mid-2021. So that'll even cut into the movie theater business and movies even worse. And this video on demand is going to most likely really hurt movie theaters, if not kill them altogether, with this whole video on demand. We saw this happen earlier this year, I think, with some of our movies like The Invisible Man, and I think it's Trolls or something, that they went to video on demand. And from what I understand now, is if Mulan is successful and they can pull in money from Mulan on Disney Plus, then if that works out, then they will release Black Widow on Disney Plus. Now, I'm stuck in a rock and a hard place, because in one area, I'd hate to see Mulan fail for everything that went into it. I want to see Disney make money. I want to see them do good. I don't want to see anybody lose jobs because they don't make money or anything like that. But at the same time, if that means missing out on seeing Black Widow in the theater, that stinks. That sucks. I would really love to see Black Widow in the theater instead of having to watch it on Disney Plus. Now, that's just me. Now, again, this will also pull into some other things. We know we got Eternals coming out next year that could even be pushed back or maybe even put on demand or on Disney Plus. All these things is going to be calculated due to this pandemic. Now, one thing I think that would be nice and cool to see them do is, even if they do release this on, video on demand on Disney Plus, once theaters reopen next year or whenever they decide to officially reopen, have Black Widow be released theatrical, have Mulan released theatrical. And I know people probably say, oh, they won't do good. Trust me, Disney, Marvel, they'll sell, especially something like Black Widow. it'll make a lot of money. If you do a theatrical release when this is all said and done, and you do a video on demand, either way, people will want to go see it on the big screen, even if they've already seen it on home on Disney Plus. I can almost guarantee that people would want to see that. The same thing with Mulan and other things like that. As much as Mulan probably isn't as big as a thing to a lot of people, it definitely is something big for some other people, and I do believe, especially in the Chinese market where everybody this day and age in regards to movies tries to get their market, it would make a huge ton of money there, so it would definitely help out Disney there, because China is one of the biggest markets. With Mulan especially, it'll pick up a huge amount of money there, so I wouldn't be surprised if they did that, and I think it'd be good for both them and fans just to give a theatrical release. And I do have a feeling that if this does work out very well, I could easily see them possibly putting Wonder Woman on video on demand. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Wonder Woman is scheduled to come out either in September and October, and as of right now, I can almost guarantee it'll probably be pushed back more. I doubt it'll be opening anytime soon. I mean, half the movies that were supposed to come out this year have already been pushed back, in regards to like Ghostbusters, and a bunch of other movies have been pushed back to next year. I forget the other ones right now, but a huge amount of them have been pushed back till next year. And as of right now, I'm curious to see what goes on with the rest of them. Like I said, if Mulan is successful, they will put Black Widow on video on demand on Disney Plus. And if that is successful, I could easily see Warner Brothers doing the same thing with Wonder Woman, which is pretty much their equivalent to Marvel's Black Widow right now. So I could easily see that happening. And I think, like I said earlier, whatever happens with Mulan could, set the groundwork for both video on demand, Disney Plus, and the rest of the movie theater industry and movie industry for the next year, if not decade. Because think about it, if you can put these movies or whatever on demand, yes, people will buy them. It could easily put movie theaters extinct. Personally, I love going to the theater. I love just seeing it on the big screen. I think a lot of people, especially if you grew up going to the movie theater, I feel like a lot of people grew up on that, want to just continue doing that, but eventually stuff does have to change. But I also feel like it's the experience. I feel like there's something, especially with a Marvel movie, there's a different kind of experience when you go to see a Marvel movie on the big screen than compared to just say, an average movie like the Sonic movie that came out earlier this year. There's a difference to go seeing Sonic on the big screen than going to see something like Black Widow or Wonder Woman. And there's some other movies there, like, I forget what it is, like No Time to Die. Yeah, like the action movies, they're good to see on the big screen. But some of the other movies, some of the animated movies like Pixar, yeah, they do good on the big screen. They're cool to see there. But then you got some of the other things that just aren't built for big screen and just are better. And I'm not saying that they should cancel and destroy movie theaters altogether. I think that they should stay, especially with some of the bigger names like Disney, DreamWorks, especially with the animation stuff like that. Keep them in the movie theater. But there's a level of theater release and video on demand release that I think might come back into play after all this is said and done, and I hope that isn't a bad thing. I hope that certain things are well done and that just the movie theater business doesn't go extinct. And I'm very curious to see what goes on here. Like I said, I think that this could either make or break, the release of Black Widow. Personally, I want to see it in the theater, but I want to know your thoughts and opinions. Let me know in the comment section down below if you would want to see it in theaters or on video on demand on Disney Plus. Let me know all that good stuff in the comment section down below, and go over to my Twitter page, which is linked in the about section on my YouTube channel, because I have another poll going there for my question of whether you'd want to see it on Disney Plus or in the theater. So go check that out there as well. That way you can let me know. I'm very curious of if you'd rather see it on on demand, Disney Plus, or if you'd rather see it in the theater. So let me know all that good stuff in the comment section down below. So yeah, guys, those are my thoughts and opinions regarding the upcoming Marvel Black Widow movie, possibly being released on video on demand on Disney Plus All Access. As always, if you like this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and share. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below and hit that bell icon. That would miss any more Marvel content from me moving forward. And you can go follow me on Instagram and Twitter, which are linked in the about section on my YouTube channel. As always, is my vision here at Blind Entertainment, and I'll see you next time.